An FIVB final. 5 seasons on tour for Emily Stockman. Hermosa Beach is her home. As a pair, they have 74,000 US dollars. Well, that lady Agata has over 700,000 US dollars won. Duda, 12 career wins to her name. Both the Brazilians are 6 foot tall. Tallest player on court, though, is the number 1 for the USA, Larson. 6'2". Nearly ready to go here. It's Duda and Agata, 3rd in the world, take on Larson and Stockman, 12th in the world. You'd have to say the Brazilians are favourites here. Stockman, right to left, perfect start for the USA. Two nothing. These two have played together since 2018. As a pair, they haven't made any FIVB finals. Took 1 bronze. Both players, though, have won gold a couple of times on tour. Separate partnerships. One, two. Agata serves. Stockman again. Helps herself. Well, they've twice this week, won in 30 minutes. The Americans. They've played many more minutes volleyball than the Brazilian pairing. The shortest match is 29 minutes. They've only had 5 matches, 2 less than the team in blue. Over 42 minutes in 3 of their 4 matches, which becomes important, becomes significant because of the heat. You want to be as efficient as possible in this sort of weather. And at the moment, it's very much Stockman and Larson. Larson was the one to do the damage that time. Who are being efficient here. 5-1. Nowhere near a top 4 finish. The last 2 times they played in a 4-star. Las Vegas back in October. They made the quarterfinals. They picked up 6,000 US dollars. The head-to-head is stacked in favour of the Brazilian pair, but you would not know it at the moment. It's 6-1 USA. Serving marginally into the wind now, the USA with the change. And again, Larson finds Stockman, who makes it 7-1. Well, with a head-to-head of 5-1, Duda and Agata have a 4-0 run. Timeout's been taken early by the Brazilians because at the moment Duda and Agata are looking like a team who are trying to stop a 4-0 run of their opponents. They are having an absolute shocker. The only time the Americans have beaten this Brazilian pairing was at Huntington Beach, 4-star in 2018. It went to 3 sets. It took just 7 minutes shy of the hour mark. well, we'd be in for an absolute thriller if that was the case today, but equally, it would be an endurance and a stamina test with these soaring temperatures. Back to the action, 7-1 USA. That's better, Agata. Stockman, central, couldn't get her hands right that time. But immediately, error on the service of young Duda, who originates from South Christobal. Good teamwork, Agata and Duda. Stockman, left-handed. Finally something to really cheer for this Brazilian pair. 8-3. Agata, her presence at the net doesn't put off Stockman at all there. 9-3. In the first women's semi-final, 10-3. In the second set, the Australian pair, Artacho and Clancy led. They went on to win 21-16. Duda nets, Agata stretches and can't get there. 10-3 it is here in the first. And at the moment, the women's semi-finals for Brazil proving horrible. It's the first time these two have faced each other at this stage of a competition. Better from Agata, lots of space in the American defences that time. 10-4, now the score 4-10. 4-11. It's American partnership. Making it look easy at the moment. Duda brutally into the hands of Larsson. Finished fourth in the Haiyan Open of 2018. Agata waits to serve. Good work from Agata at the net the first couple of times, but in the end, put away by Stockman. 12-5. Oh, Agata just about landed in, but it wasn't far away. Brazil have 50% score of the Americans here. Bronze medalist from last year. Currently struggling. (13-7). Out it goes, 14-7, as the serve was won back by the Brazilians. They immediately handed it away once more. Poland 4-star last year was slightly later in the year. It was just as flipped over from June to July. Technical timeout being taken. Well, this game at the moment described as boring, but a little bit one-sided. (14-7). The qualifiers at the moment are making light work here. The team ranked second, or seeded second I should say, in the whole competition. (15-7). (16-7). Finally, Agata gets something out there. 2019, this pairing have won in Ostrava. They, of course, won the World Tour finals in Hamburg last year. At the moment, they look a shadow of that team. That's better. 9-16. Duda. Over exuberant with her serve. This American pairing have such a cushion here. They can afford mistakes and still take the first. Will it be a wake-up call to Agata and Duda? (17) as the music blares once more here at Monza. Stockman, her power, her presence at the net proving difficult at the moment for the team in green. Carlsen, magnificent stuff. Awkward serve for the Brazilians, and then as she raced into the net, took advantage of a rather lazy leap of Agata, not once but twice. That's better. Duda. 26th tournament together for Duda and Agata. Nearing 500,000 US dollars as a pair, and nearing 1-0 down here in the first set of this semi-final. Agata into Larsson. Larsson finishes the set off, and in the end it was comprehensive to say the least. Well, Agata and Duda at the moment, like they need to wake up slightly. Will 21-11 humbling in the first set be enough to jolt them into action in the second? We wait to see, but at the moment here on the FIVB Beach Volleyball World Tour, for this American pairing whose last top four finish was at the Hang 3-Star Open back in July 2018. They'd come through here as qualifiers. And it will be their best finish, whatever happens here, as a pair. In terms of status of event, at the moment, the shock is on the cards. The World Tour Finals winners of 2018 currently have been humbled in the first. Larsson again at the net, again. No match. No one standing up to her at all at the moment from the team in green. Agata that time focuses on Stockman and rattles the ball into her fingers. Kelly Larsson, 27, will serve. Duda, the youngster. Larsson back to Stockman. Poor from Duda though. In response, it gives Stockman a good opportunity which he can't take. Oh, clever. Stockman, very clever. Patience was the key there for the Americans as they go 3-1 up here. They had to wait for the perfect chance, and in the end, with Duda heading left, the space opened up. Easy that time. Agata. Originated, of course, with Tiba. Now lives in Rio de Janeiro, as you would if you're a Brazilian beach volleyball star. Copacabana, the home of the 2016 Olympic Games beach volleyball competition. Larsson and Stockman change with a point lead in the second. If you're just joining us, well, a shock is on the cards because this American pairing came through the qualifiers in their 7th game now this week. A 1-0 up in sets and 4-4 in points as they look as a pair for their first final together. In comparison, an eighth final would beckon for the Brazilians if they can turn this one round. Out it goes. The referee races down to have a quick look. She's content with what she's seen. No, she's turned it round. It goes the way of the USA. Good refereeing there. Agnieszka Majskowska. Agata, a distinctive yellow cap on, puts that one away for 5 each. The oldest player on the court by 4 years, Agata, into Duda, who will come back through with the spike, and that was very well hit. Gave Emily Stockman not a chance at all. Larsson then just evens this up. Well, the Americans, after a very comfortable first set, if they're realistic, they will know that they're unlikely to trample all over the Brazilians in terms of 21-11, 21-11 or something like that. 7-6 though now they do lead. That was a lovely serve, by the way, from Stockman. Seven all. And again they change. Does it bring a change of fortunes for the team in green, Brazil? No, it doesn't, because Kelly Larsson makes it 8-7. Only time the USA have had to go to 3 was against Day and Flint of the USA. Country quota match, their first match. Took them 45 minutes. 8 all here. They could get their 7th win in a row and their 6th straight win in straight sets, but don't discount Duda and Agata just yet. These two are not World Tour champions for nothing. They're looking, if they can turn this around, at 5 straight wins on the spin. Their quickest 29 minutes against Brzostek and Wojciechowicz of Poland in the opening match, 21-16, 21-9. 21-9 is hugely quick, although qualifier 2 for the Americans, they had a 21-7. American defence is backing away. See here, Larsson stepped right, suddenly retreats. Kissed the net on the way through as well. 10 all. Well, the Brazilians know they need to do something not necessarily special here, but they need to turn it on a bit if they stay level pegging with the Americans coming into the back end of this second. All the pressure heaps upon, what pressure? The Brazilians. Duda takes us to the technical timeout with one of the nicest cross-court spikes you will see today. Stockman almost hunching her shoulders in annoyance at that one. It's definitely not a day for layers. Definitely not a day to have more than a t-shirt on. You don't need jumpers. If anything, as some fans have got, it's a day for as much water as you can get. Young and old loving the action here. Larsson straight down the middle. Duda and Agata at the moment, just to me, seem to be slightly off kilter with their teamwork. Duda stayed still correctly. Agata just wandering slightly there. Well, Stockman didn't have a choice. The dig, she was completely off balance. Comes back now and dispatches past Agata, whose defence is completely ineffectual at the moment. 12-11. To the net it goes. Duda says, come on, let's get this going now. Let's use that as our confidence booster. It was all about attrition. It was all about hard work for the lady who's won now $301,000 US on this FIVB Beach Volleyball World Tour at just 20 years of age. August the 1st, 1998. Duda Eduarda Santos Lisboa was born. Duda that time trying to be clever, being inventive. Sadly for her, unsuccessful. 14-12. It's all now about mental strength for Larsson and Stockman. They've proved they've got the quality. Oh, Larsson up and down for 15-12. Duda, was she too predictable here? Well, no, she tried to flick it past Larsson, who just read it perfectly. Timeout called. The USA currently looking to break a losing streak against this pairing of 4 on the spin now. First time Duda and Agata have faced Larsson and Stockman in a semi-final. Just the 3rd ever FIVB semi-final. for the American pairing. 15 times Agata and Duda have made a semi-final. 7 of those times, 7 of the 14 that have gone before today, they have gone forward in to an FIVB World Tour final. Duda closes the gap to 2 as the Brazilians look to close the gap in sets. Currently 1-0 down. Poor that time from Stockman. Rare that we've said that about this American pairing today. They've won bronze together as a team before. They've never, as a team, made an FIVB final. Now the chance comes. Larsson back to Stockman, who puts it away. 16-14. Agata with the dig. Duda can't find the sand the first time, but does get the point. Stockman played it out of court. Duda very, very wide with that service. And she misses. She misses out the back. 17-15. Larsson and Stockman will not get many better chances against the second seeds, the World Tour winners of 2018 currently. They were third seeded in Hamburg. It's back to a point the difference here. And again, Agata goes very wide in terms of her stance on this service. Larsson, Agata jumps, Duda gambles incorrectly. Well, the Brazilians have had one of those days where just nothing comes alive at all so far. Agata, that time she makes sure they change once more. 17-18. A hand around the youngster's shoulders, a word in the ear. She's got to serve. 1-0 down, 21-11. The Brazilians lost the first. Stockman makes it 19-17 now. The shock is very much coming here. The team 12th in the world. They're 1 below compatriots Walsh, Jennings and Sweat. 120 points below those two. Oh, lovely dig. Stockman. The Brazilians can transition. And Duda does so magnificently. Such speed of thought and power behind the spike. Out it goes. Let's go, comes a shout from an American in the crowd. It's match point. The World Tour winners of last year are currently against match point here in Warsaw. Oh, Agata, when she needed something special, she absolutely found it. Third last year for the Brazilians. Still, it's match point. Still, pressure heaped on Duda with the serve. Larsson for the match. No. Duda to bring it back to 20s. Misses. And there we go. Wow, it's all done and dusted. And the Americans can't believe it. They've suddenly realised they've won it. They didn't dare believe for a second there. They just stopped and looked at each other. And suddenly the realisation they were in their first ever FIVB World Tour final together. Well, what a story. No one would have thought the qualifiers, Stockman and Larsson, with their 7th win on the spin, not only would see off Agata and Duda, the World Tour final winners, but would do so straight sets. Well, it's happened. USA, Australia in the final. Brazil for bronze. Back-to-back losses for Brazilian pairings. 21-11, 21-19 in the end here. Agata and Duda go down to Larsson and Stockman on the sand, the hot, hot sand of Warsaw. Well, it's been action-packed. In the end, goes the way of the US pairing. Larsson and Stockman, 12th in the world, could be first in Warsaw. In a moment, we'll hear from them both after a stunning performance from them. The team in blue seeing off the Brazilians, who were very much favourites coming into that one. There was no doubt about that at all. We'll now hear
Congratulations, girl. You played in country games. You played in the qualification. And now you advance to the final. Can we say that it's like an American dream?
Absolutely. We have a sponsor called the American Dream. But yeah, we battled through the country quota, through the qualifiers. That's what we came here to do, is just battle and grind it all the way out. We played a really good Brazilian team. I thought we were really smooth sliding out, made some good defensive plays. It was a battle. It's an awesome team, but we're stoked to have our first FIVB finals as a team.
A very short time for regeneration, for preparation to the final. What do you know about the girls from Australia? I mean, Clancy and Artache. Do you know well that girls?
We know them pretty good. They're a great team, really good ball control. So we're definitely just going to have to focus on us and take care of our side.
Girls, good luck in the last game in this tournament.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
well done to the American pairing in the end. Larsson and Stockman made it look easy. 11th seeds came through qualifying, came through the country quota match here in Warsaw. They're in the final for the first time ever. An FIVB World Tour event as a pair, seeing off the winners of last year's World Tour finals. Agata and Duda, bronze last year. They'll look to do the same again this. Well, it really was an unbelievable performance from the American pairing. 21-11, 21-19. They just had too much firepower in the end for the Brazilians, who were never really at the party today. Duda and Agata go down in straight sets to the Americans. Larsson and Stockman are in to their first FIVB Beach Volleyball World Tour final. We'll see you for that later on live here in Warsaw.